Let's talk living in the Philippines. To rent or to buy? Hey guys, it's your boy Carl coming back at you with a little video on living in the Philippines. Rent or to buy? First of all, to buy, you must be in a relationship with a woman and she will be buying the property. As everyone knows, a foreigner, an expat, cannot own property, land in the Philippines. There is one thing that you can own in the Philippines because you're not owning the property, is a condo. So that's why my subject that I'm telling you is to rent or to buy. Okay, if you're gonna live there and you want to rent, you can rent depending on where you want to live. You know, the cost of living is gonna vary on the prices. For example, when I first got married with my wife 5 years ago, we were paying 8,000 pesos a month. Supposedly the people didn't want to have any more animals in the establishment. They didn't want any more dogs. So basically we had to move. Wasn't bad. We actually just wound up moving down the block. We went from like one house to about 6 houses down. The 6 houses down, my opinion, I didn't get to be there because by the time we got there, by the time I was gonna get there, they had shut down for the pandemic. It was costing me 11,000 pesos a month. 2 floors, up and down. We call it a driveway. They call it a garage. Very long garage. It was wasn't bad from the video, video chatting with the wife, seeing what the house looked like. It was really, really nice place. It had a upstairs. It had a lanai on the upstairs, one of the rooms, which I would have liked to have been there with, because, in the morning having my Capico Brown, I would have been sitting on the lanai, drinking my coffee, enjoying the morning. Which was 11,000 pesos. Just out of terminology from today's rates, because I know the rates are, I just sent 2 weeks ago was 54.80. So we'll say 54 divided by 11,000. Oh, I did something wrong. That's not right. So we'll do 54 times 100. Is 5,400 pesos. So a little over $200 US, which ain't bad. Now, if I look at a lot of these other vloggers, a lot of them live, in condos, and they're talking 25,000, pesos, 30,000 pesos a month. Well, if you're talking, 30,000 pesos, right? So we'll say 30,000 divided by 5,400 is about 555 US dollars a month for 30,000. I'm not spending that much money on a condo. No. To me, it is not worth it. I'm not paying that monthly rent. Now, that's monthly rent. I do not know what the cost of a condo costs. I'm being honest. I've never looked into one because I have no intention of living in a condo. Especially when you're talking condos, you're talking Manila, Cebu, the big areas, Davao, stuff like that. The big areas that have the big things. I have no intention of living that way. As for renting, the 11,000 pesos wasn't bad. But I just, as you know, I just bought a house down there. We will be bought it 2018. I think we're going on 4 years into it. So where I've owned it, it runs me about 10,000, a little under 10,000 pesos a month for it, divided by the 54. It costs about $185 a month for rent. Well, for the mortgage. I bought it. My wife owns it. But, it's my wife. I got kids. We got kids. It's more for them. So that's why I'm doing this topic. Hang on one sec. So, yeah, as you guys know, I own the property. We own it. We bought it. But let's just talk about stuff. My house is, like I said, it's about $185 a month. That's at saying 10,000 pesos. It's small. Very, very, very small. Sorry, I'm going to adjust the camera. It moved. That's better. It's very small. There are no... You can find big places, but they're not common in the Philippines. They're not like here in America where everyone's taking small homes where you had a nice plot that you were on, it was say 100 by 100, and you had nice property on it. Now how they're just building the houses up and 20 friggin' room towering homes, 2-3 stories high. You're not seeing that in the Philippines. It's very moderate. And my thing to any expat that is living there, if you are with a girlfriend, a wife, whatever she is to you, and you decide to buy a home or build a home on land, take that into account for, because God forbid if something happens and you guys decide to sell, you're not really gonna have that opportunity to sell it. The average Filipino is not gonna be able to afford it. They don't make that kind of money to afford. I don't mean to be rude, but if you say the average Filipino makes, say, $1,500 a week, 1,500 pesos a week, if it's that much, I don't know what it costs, because, I'm an expat. You can't really work in the Philippines unless you're working remotely from a job and you're sending it over, getting paid from the country. From the country you live in. But I believe it's that. I think it's like an average of like, I think it's 400 or 500 pesos a week, if that much. I think it even might be less. I think it might be only like 350 pesos. times 5. So you're looking at about 1,700. Now you're talking times that by 4. You're looking at about 7,000 for the one person. You know, paying that mortgage, you know, it's going to be a little expensive. And I do notice a lot of these places, they don't call it mortgages. They call it rent to own. You live there, you pay rent to own it. Because you bought it, you're paying the rent. You know, I've seen small ones that are like 8,000 pesos a month. And you're renting to own. But you're getting it paid off. And they usually, when they do that, it's paid off in a certain amount of time. So I just want you guys to know that. So if you do build, because my intention, and I'm going to be honest, is to buy property. Not really for the house, but more for, I like farming type things. I like growing vegetables. I like, you know, having some chickens and some bad boys, pork, pig, stuff like that, where I can have it and I don't have to worry about it, and I can have it, you know, where I maybe on 300-400 square meters, and that house would probably only be like my house now. I think my house now is like 42 square meters. It's not big at all. I could be wrong on the meters. You know, I'm still not used to it. I'm more of square footage. But it's very tiny. So, you know, I could look from standing at the front door, look all the way to the back. It's probably normal footsteps, maybe 20 normal paces away. So yeah, you know, just take that into account. I'm not trying to put anybody down on it, but this is things that you guys want to remember. You know, even if you rent the place, you know, if you're gonna rent, because, you know, I've watched a few guys, and I know one guy was paying like 2,500 pesos a month, and I think it was like a 1-bedroom. I can't remember. I think it was in Mactan, Newtown, or something like that. And he was paying like 2,500 pesos. Not 2,500. 25,000 pesos a month. And I think it was like a 1-bedroom. So you're, you know, give or take, you're paying $550 to $600. Right now, the peso is pretty good. So, you know, even if it goes back down to the 50, where it normally hovers around, you know, you're talking 30,000. You're talking 500 to 600 pesos. 500 to 600 US dollars. It's a lot. So take that into account for. That's all I just really wanted to touch base on. You know, just be used to more of a minimalist lifestyle. Nothing too big. And, you know, if you're heading out there, enjoy the time. I wish I was there right now. Right now I'm stuck in New York in crappy weather. You know, no snow. Thank God, knock wood. But I really, really do hate the winter. So, I don't know if I still have to work, depending on what I turn out and decide to do over this off season. Because I do landscaping and I do other work for a company. Depending on what I decide to do with the landscaping, if I decide to push it hardcore and I could pull off what I really to my heart believe I can do, I would be only working like 9 months out of the year here and then coming back for, you know, going back for 3 months, so living all the winter there. I really do hate. I don't like cold weather. Yeah, people say, "Oh, move to Florida." I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with the politics in the United States. So yeah, I'm just relaying this to you guys on my opinions. These are my opinions. If you're just out there to have fun and just date and not really gonna get serious, I would suggest, instead of going and buy a condo, just invest into renting. And get the heck out of the cities, dude. Go into the more Providence, what they consider Providence areas. Even if you go to Angular City, it's you could get there if you want to go to Walking Street, or AKA Fields Avenue, which his real name is. You could get there if you live out in the surrounding towns and not pay much, because the original house I talked about for 8,000 pesos was, oh my God, a jitney ride away. Not even 10 minutes to Fields Avenue. So I just figure I'd let you guys, cook on that and see what you think. So I just wanted to say, until I see you guys again, peace out. Have a good time. Remember, please like, subscribe, follow, share. And I really, really do appreciate. I've gained a few more followers. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to get the family into doing more. So I just want to thank you all very much. The last few years that I've been doing it, it's been kind of cool. I'm enjoying it. So you guys can see my life, my family's life in the Philippines. And, please comment. I enjoy the comments. I will answer you back. If it is in Philippines language, I have to ask the wife to do it. I'm learning. I don't speak, so reading right now is one of the last things. But guys, thank you so much. We're almost to the end of the new year, and I'll see you guys at New Year's. Have a great day.